Good morning and welcome to Valley News. Now I'm Adam Shalif and I'm joined by Dan Portlock. Dan, you work for the City of Fargo Water Utility Engineer. Very happy to have you in studio with us today and talking about some upgraded water meters that have already begun to show up throughout the city, moving to an AMI water meter and getting into what that means. Later we'll be talking to your colleague Nick as well. First of all, thank you so much for joining me on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I'm happy to have you, my friend. Let's get right into it. What is going on throughout the city right now? I know you guys are partnering with Core and Main and VEPO metering, so it sounds like a big upgrade coming to the city as far as water meters go.
Yeah, so we're a project just kicked off called the AMI water metering project, and what AMI stands for is Advanced Metering Infrastructure. And what that really means in simple terms is it's technology that is able to collect, measure, and transmit water usage data for residents and for the city of Fargo. So like you mentioned, we had teamed up with VEPO metering and Core and Main to install all new water meters in the city of Fargo. So every resident will have new water meters, and they'll be able to access their water use data 24/7. There'll be an online portal, and you can look up your water use data on your phone. So it's going to be really convenient. And our old system, you'd only get your water use data like once a month. So with this type of system, you'll be able to, detect leaks a little bit sooner, or, if you have a sprinkler system, you can see how much water it's using almost in real time. So it's a lot of benefits for the city of Fargo and residents.
And, we talked a little bit before, and you kind of said it's like getting a new car. Technically I could still get to work on a Model T, but I think my Buick is probably a little bit better. What kind of upgrade is, I know you went into some of the logistics there, but how important is it for the city of Fargo to just kind of stay on top of these modern technologies as they come?
Yeah, it's important. The water industry or water meter industry is really moving towards, cloud-based or, real-time water use data. There's a big trend in conserving water. There's a lot of drought in the news in the U.S., so having access to real-time data or times where you need to conserve water, stuff like that is just, real critical for residents and municipalities.
And so just to go over some of the AMI technology, so it's transmitting water, the real-time data, the providing, where can people kind of check in on that data as it becomes available in real time?
Yeah, so there's a website. We don't have the address yet, but we're developing a website, a customer portal that once all this data starts being generated, they can log in. It's going to be on the City of Fargo website in a different portal, but they'll be able to do things like set alerts. Say if you only want to use a couple thousand gallons a month, it can email you. And like our billing department is, they'll be able to do things like, if there's a running toilet in the system or you have running water, it would show up as a usage for, like in the early morning, they would get like a couple days of water use where the billing department is able to maybe contact the customer, email them and say, hey, this is irregular water use. You might want to check a toilet or a faucet and stuff. And it really could conserve water and help save people money on their utility bill.
And one of the things that's great is no matter what, you hate a leak.
Yeah.
But being able to detect those, it kind of goes into some of what you were saying, being able to make the changes and kind of catch that quickly. What kind of headaches, if you will, does that help people avoid?
Yeah, I mean, one of the big benefits is just the early detecting leaks and saving on people's utility bills. If toilets can use quite a bit of water if they're constantly running, or if they're taking vacation or out for a month, they could get alerts that water is being used at their house. So I think it's a big benefit for the residents and customers.
And I know that we're already seeing, I believe you said hundreds are already out there.
Yeah.
And so, but this isn't going to happen overnight. What's the timeline looking like?
Yeah, so we we've been working on this project for this past year, but we've officially kicked it off where we're installing meters right now, and we're up to about 300 or 400 new meters that have been installed. But the project's going to go on till the end of 2026, and really we're working in different areas of the city, so kind of like a phased approach, because you wouldn't want the installers running all over the city, so we're just concentrating on certain areas of the city at a time. So in certain neighborhoods you'll get mailers or things that you hang on the door so that people can be notified to sign up for that, and we're really trying to encourage more people to sign up for it because it's really good for them and good for the city to have a new meter in there.
And the first thing anyone's going to ask is, well, what's it going to cost?
Well, of course, yeah. With this project, there's going to be no added cost to the residents. So basically, we'll take out their old meter and put in a new water meter for them, and it's a pretty quick process, signing up online and getting it switched out.
And when you walked in, you put in this extremely fashionable, stylish, you could probably glow in the dark in that thing. Yeah, tell us about what you're wearing here.
Sure. So we brought a couple things to just show what the water meters look like, and these are the vests that the installers will be wearing. They'll have labels on their trucks, and they'll have the City of Fargo and people metering vest on, to be easily visible and easily to recognize the people that are letting in your house to install these water meters.
Excellent, Dan. Well, we got Nick coming up here. Is there anything else you'd like to touch on before we switch and bring in Nick?
No, the only thing I'd touch on is there's, everybody in the City of Fargo will get a new water meter installed, but the only exemption is anybody that's south of 52nd Avenue South that gets a Cass Rural water bill will keep their meter. It's just people they're in the city limits, but they're on the Cass Rural water side.
Okay.
So those people will not get a new meter, but there's a border for Cass Rural water and City of Fargo. So just wanted to mention that.
Very good. Well, that's some excellent information. Nick Sauer's going to join us next. Stay right here. We will have him up in just a couple of minutes here. We'll get the mic switched and bring Nick into the studio. Thank you so much, Dan. Pleasure getting to talk to you about this exciting new project. Stay with us. We will be right back on Valley News. Now, go ahead and stand by.